Okay. There's a lot to break down, so we're gonna hop right in. So we're gonna look at every Jared Goff pass attempt here in this game and kind of look at what's going on. But I just want to quickly say that we've got to quit holding the standard of QB play to this absurd level. Okay, we watched Lamar Jackson throw a dipshit pick yesterday, and then the snap above his head, grab it, turn around, put the ball on the ground, and then you got Josh out on the other side doing weird pump fake, arm up, jump throws that are 10 feet. Quarterback's hard. People make fucking mistakes, but this idea and this narrative that Jared Goff played awful yesterday or the other day is absurd. And I wanted to sit down and go through the tape and show you guys, hey, listen, we're going to give him crap where he deserves crap, but let's not pretend that this was a quarterback that couldn't hit anything, was not seeing the field well. This is just a quarterback who made a couple bad throws. All right, two very clear bad throws in this game for picks. We're going to talk about the fumble. Shit's not Jared Goff's fault, and you guys will all see, and you'll be able to go, oh, great, I'm the dipshit for thinking it's Jared Goff's fault. But, and then, of course, that last interception, but who gives a shit? You're down 14, it's 20 seconds left, you throw the ball. Well, you know what I'm saying? Either way, let's hop into it. Let's take a look. You'll be like, oh, this is a Jared Goff apologist. I have been screaming from the rafters that Jared Goff is good for this team for years, and now it's come to fruition. So, eat it. Let's hop into it. First is going to be this third down rep here. And we've got a bunch to the right. Washington does a really, really good job at disguising their coverages. Kind of shifts to a 3-high look here. This is mirrored in which you have kind of sitting routes. Tim kind of settles down on the numbers here and then kind of drifts in. I don't know if this is a true dig or if he's just kind of momentum drifting. And this ball kind of goes a little past him. I don't know exactly what to blame necessarily, if there is a blame on this rep, right? It's 3rd and 13. You came out, you had great field position off of the Zane Gonzalez missed attempt or bad kickoff, and we kind of squandered it with two, kind of whatever runs. I feel like if Jared may have expecting him to kind of settle considering it's zone, but then again, you tell me if a guy should catch that ball. It's tough contested, but we're not going to go, oh, it's good or bad. It's fine. Could have been better for sure. So let's hop to the next rep. And this is our next drive. 1st and 10 here. Under center, we're going to go play action. And we're going to hit it deep out to JMO. I really wish that in the Ben Johnson offense, we kind of would see this a little bit more. When you have this much cushion, they're so terrified of Jameson Williams. And when you see that and you see that there's not really anybody here, I mean, maybe him, that could really come out and help underneath, you're either going to have the double move available to you or you're going to have that deep out. And that's what they go after. They go real deep out here. JMO explodes vertically. We get a good play action. Good contain here by the D line. He does have to just kind of get off the spot just a hair as we rewatch this play. So play action. Little blitzer comes in. Penne does a really good job at not getting overwhelmed by this guy blitzing in, letting Gibbs pick that up. And Gibbs picks his man up. 58 does a good job at sealing. Jared takes just a ever so slight move to the right. This ball is thrown with anticipation. JMO's not even looking. Let's go look at that JMO route again. Just look, exploding. A little inside stem release and then getting vertical here. And that turned all I needed to turn those hips. What a breakout season by JMO. This ball is thrown, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, almost 30 yards. 30 yards for sure on the dot. Good rep there. Just to check here. Okay, so this is a 1st and 10 later in this drive. Obviously, this was a big Jahmyr Gibbs. My biggest complaint so far about this game, and at this point, is this Demo thing, right? Ben really likes to come out and just we're going to punish the rock with Demo, and we did it against the Bills, and when you don't, you just kind of stall drives out because you're clustering in the middle of the field. When we saw Demo get hurt and Gibbs kind of took over, go back and look at those early drives and look at just how electric we are. And it just seems like whoever takes over this offense next year, whether it be Scotty or Tanner, Gibbs has got to be the guy on our first 15. You have got to see what their fucking game plan is for 26 and quit treating him as a second drive change of pace back. So Here's going to come out. We get a little inside release here by St. Brown. That's going to create a natural pick on 54, who's flowing with the run. Not really even intentional. He just goes and takes the slant. Jared sees that immediately and finds Gibbs. This is a good rep. I don't even think this was necessarily an intentional pick. Obviously, in play design, you would love to create traffic, especially if you're going to try and run man coverage here. But really, it just looks like, he's almost looking for this window. He kind of braced. He probably knows. But, yeah, good find here. We're moving the football well. Get the football in 26's hands. Life is way, way easier when we do that. So we went down on that drive, by the way, and that's where we scored. So it looks like we ran it out from there. So now 7-3, and we, after a real weird first drive and that weird fourth down conversion, right? We're here. Got the football back. We're going to motion Laporta across, and we're going to get a check here. So that initial motion, the fact that they're really, there's a little bit of a switch off, that's more so because Mike and Strong, we're not expecting any kind of man coverage here, almost a zone. Jared's going to check, and what we're going to get here is, you see this fake toss action. We see this a lot in the NFL, a little fake toss action to try to get these linebackers and people moving this way, right? And that's going to free up these routes coming across the field, okay? But the caveat, and if you go back and you look pre-snap, and this is what we like about Ben Johnson and that play design, right? Is the second level, right? So keep in mind, you got the fake toss, you got a crosser, and you got a crosser. So when they see it's fake toss, all those guys that were bailing this way are gonna what? Start to recover and bail this way to come with the flow. And you have Laporta here who's in the block because of that fake toss, and then he's going to check release. And that's what we're going to find here. So that's what Ben cooks up, and that's kind of what we like to see. So let's take a look at this rep here. Again, ball comes out, we're going to fake toss. Even the pulling guard to help sell it. All of this traffic is being created. Now look at 11. Stumbles in the ground. They're coming back. Take 14, take 9, and everybody's recovering, and that just frees up Laporta right here. This is, again, exceptional play design. I'm going to have my fair share of criticisms of Ben Johnson, but, we see fake toss come back to a crosser, and then we even see like bubble screens come back to that. So this is, again, another good look at it. You bring the pulling guard, you bring 26, 87, he checks out of the gate into this run block. So run block set. We're running. Nope. And then Jared does a good job not looking too early at 87 because 11, Jeremy Chin, very athletic guy. He's going to go make that play for the tackle. All right, so we're 1st and 10 on the Washington 26, and we are grooving, humming. I really like this. We didn't see too much of this in the Ben Johnson offense periodically, but he never really did anything with it. You have Jahmyr Gibbs and Demo on the field at the same time, so you're gonna have this jet sweep fake. I mean, it looks like very early the game plan is to take Bobby and this second level group of guys and really stretch them horizontally and really make them think throughout the game, right? So this is just an extension of what we just saw in that last play here. So jet sweep here. We've got a lot of people moving. This just makes life difficult. A nice win here. And then, again, explosive routes. And then another play where 87 is going to check out of this. So that's, we've kind of an unsung hero this year. This was, I will say, a nice play by Jared as a man gets in his face. He does a nice little check and then sidearms it. And most importantly, he sidearms this ball away from that defender. So let's take another look at this. Let's see if any pulling guard. So a backside pull with the jet sweep, right? That puts a lot of stress on Decker to go make a play there. Is this an unbalanced set? No. We're good. So that's a pull from Ragnow. So evades. Well, this is teach tape here on footwork, right? He doesn't spin. All right, he's moving that back foot first. back, and every foot is back and then set, and so you make your decision here, and then he identifies Laporte, and he wants to throw it, but he's got a man in his face. And if you look at this here, 4 is breaking on this, right? So we can't throw it here anymore. Good recognition from Sam to kind of move in a little bit. One more step. Get that little baseball sidearm in there. Boom. All right, it ain't quite Matthew Stafford type level stuff, but you know what I mean. Detroit faithful. All right, let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it here. So first thing we do at the line of scrimmage, this is the fumble, okay? Laporte is down here, okay? We got wide receiver on a corner, safety on a halfback. We're trying to get a read. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to motion Demo to the top of the formation, and we see if they slide out the corner, that's our indication that we're going to have zone coverage, okay? That's our indication that we've got zone coverage on this play. But, and that's what we'll do. But let's take a look at that first. Do we get our indication of zone, or do we get our indication of man? Oop. So we come to the line of scrimmage, we motion out, and 11 follows. So we have a safety following our halfback out. That is our indication, okay, that we've got man-on-man coverage, okay? My little JT O'Sullivan type stuff. So, all right, man coverage here. So what does that do, okay? Well, we've got man, and we've got 14 on 54. I love Bobby Wagner, but I will take 14 on 54 any day of the week in a pass rep, okay? Except for this past Saturday. So what is the routes here? So we've got a quick hitch from 87 and a vertical outside release from both of these slots. And I'm going to ask you, all right, pause yourself, and I think Demo does the same thing. What are we doing? Why outside release? Why is this so important that these guys outside release? Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 on 5 in our empty format, pass coverage set. And what is it so important? Why shouldn't these guys release inside? Well, if they're in man on man, when they release outside, both this guy and this guy's heads are going to turn away from the play. The whole play here is to isolate this for any option route. He can do whatever he wants to do one-on-one with a linebacker. Okay, so from the play call itself, it's not a bad play, and it accomplishes what it's trying to do. Isolate your best wide receiver, your all-pro wide receiver on a linebacker. That being said, it is 3rd and 1, and the score is 7-3. Please run the football here. Run the football here. Or at a minimum, keep a halfback in to help. Okay? But Christ almighty, this was painful. So let's go look at the rep. So at the time of the snap, vertical release, eyes are to the receiver. Outside vertical release, eyes are to the receiver. St. Brown is in the middle of his juke, okay? So we're approaching the top of the drop. We're at the top of the drop, okay? And we've gotten everything we wanted. Jared is looking at his route. There's a nice window to throw the football, except our man got beat. But that's okay. We're going to get hit as we throw. It is what it is. And then 14 falls. Not only that, Bobby, not only did he, I don't know if he tripped him up or whatever, Bobby kind of sniffed that one out. But 14 falls, and at this point, Jared's getting hit, okay? I also want to point out, and we're going to see this in another rep, Jared has 2 hands on that football, okay? So everybody that you see in the Detroit Lions subreddit that want to say, this Jared's turning the football over, he's costing us thing, this is why the Rams don't fucking want him. Get real. Get real. 1, 2, 3, top of the drop, your man falls. There's no other route here. There's no other route here. You've gotten everything you wanted schematically. He's getting beat. He's got 2 hands on the ball. Look, 1, you can just see it on the football. If you watch any quarterback teach tape, it's hands at the chest, both hands on the ball, and you're kind of driving. That's why you see all those Dak Prescott things. They're stepping up in the pocket, right? Moving them hips up, stepping up. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. That left arm gets knocked off the ball by this player's left arm, and that football comes out. That football comes out. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks because you score here, you're up 14-3, okay? And they've got to play catch-up football while you've got all of this. So instead, they score and we make it 7-10. But again, what are we going to do here? We're not going to sit here and say, well, he's played awful up to this point. Jared Goff has played fantastic up to this point. The offense is humming. But there's improvements to be made. Here's a little play action rep. Big, deep find. Live in the broadcast, and I get why you want to come out and take a shot play here. 14 is going to be open underneath. J-Mo on the big post. I don't know if I would imagine that he's running something underneath to kind of bring up the second level. All right, so he runs a clear out to clear out that player. So 14 is popping open here, but I get why you take J-Mo right here. Big throw. You could blame Jared for this. I want to see the rep. Big overthrow. Hate that, especially when the other two slide open. But I get it. Sometimes you just want to say, let's come out. Let's make our shot play. All right, let's go see if Jared or if J-Mo did a, any kind of slow up here. 3, 4, 5. Ugh. Slight overthrow. And you go, oh, Jared. It's okay. We're humming. We've had our way with this team. So let's go 2nd and 10. All right, and let's follow this throw up with a good throw. Quick find over the middle to St. Brown. Nice little sitter. And this is the big time throw afterwards. So you just messed up. You got your 3rd and 3 here. What are you going to dial up here? So here, another check, right? Look back to that 3rd and 1. What are we going to do? We're going to start with Demo at the bottom of the field, and we get man coverage, okay? So as soon as we see 11 follow, we know that we've got man coverage, and it's looking like maybe single high, maybe one high. Let's see what they want to do. A lot of disguising. So it looks like we've got one high, and it's to the backside of the play that we want. So what are we going to go after here? We're going to go after Amon-Ra St. Brown on this little slot. I don't know if it's a slot wheel or a slot fade here. More of a wheel. Kind of get a little bit of a nice cheeky play by Tim, but that's within the yardage. Jared does a good job at kind of looking down, kind of stop these players from bailing. But I mean, look at this. This is big time throw, boys. That is a big time throw. So using those empty sets, that's fine to get it. Again, schematically, it wasn't a bad play. I want to talk back to, the Super Bowl Malcolm Butler interception. Everybody, why didn't you run the football there? Listen, was running a football a better play call at that moment? Yes. But was the play call itself the worst? Not necessarily. So Jared, I'm not going to blame Ben for the fumble. I'm not going to blame Jared for the fumble. You just got to win your reps and maybe run the football on 3rd and 1. So, all right. 2nd and 10 here. We're going to motion Raymond across the field and get a nice little screen. We're not going to judge a quarterback for the screenplay. Nice little play. And let's go to the touchdown throw here. Let's see what happens. So, again, another thing people are saying, well, look what all the other quarterbacks have, escapability and mobility. All right, here we go. We're going to go play action. All right, we got Dan Skipper running routes, okay? Bringing attention. Brock to the flat. 87 is going to work, and I don't even know. Is this Shane Zylstra? Do we get a Shane Zylstra sighting over here? No wide receivers in on this play. And Jared has to basically deal with immediate pressure on the drop back. Boom. Makes a man miss. Finds 87. Catch of the year candidate. I don't know if he wins it, but it's up there. Big play. This isn't giving me, guys, a quarterback that's having a horrible, awful, very good, no good day. Okay? I think we missed some stuff. So now our game is 23-14. What was the score at the time of that play? Right before it. I'm tripping. Make sure I didn't accidentally skip any plays here. 7-10, and we score 14. Did we come out on the next drive and do a bit of a trying to remember the flow of the game here? Box score or play by play. Make sure I understand the flow of our game. So field goal. And that's the end of the game. Okay, so this is the Laporta touchdown here to make it 14-10. Then we come out and score. They come out and score at the Terry McLaurin. So, interesting. Something doesn't feel right with the way that's showing. Maybe it's, oh, it's showing that as, I apologize. Okay, so they come out after the Terry McLaurin play, okay, and they score on the big play. You hate that, right? You just had a great drive on offense, and you immediately give up a score. And now you have to come out and respond. All right, remember, this was at one point again that would have been 14-3. Now we're down 17 to 14 here. So a little bit of a zone chuck here. And again, and if you think back to that first play on where is he expecting Tim Patrick to sit? Because there's a lot of ground here, right? At the time of this throw. So I don't know if he's expecting him to sit or what. If you watch what's his name? Theo Ash, he does a lot of breakdowns. You'll kind of see another thing that Jared kind of is hitching quite a bit. Yes, 87 is there. He sits, he sails it. And we don't get a good football. And then, of course, a concussion level hit. If you don't think Jared Goff had a concussion off of that, let me tell you. This is Jared's fault. We're going to put the fault on Jared. I think you got to take your check down here. I do not like these empty sets all right, again, we are a team that has dominated on the ground thus far, and we are empty with Craig Reynolds in the game. Maybe we chill with the empty. We've run empty sets twice this game. They've resulted in turnovers both times. So here's a hitch and a little, hit the top of the drop. 1, 2, all right. He's going to throw it, bit of a wobbler, little high. It sucks. It sucks. And now with the decisions that have been made, we're down multiple scores. We're down 10. When we realistically, up to this point, offense has been humming. We've been playing really good football, and we're in a different opportunity. We're going into half here, so now we're playing from behind. Things are getting more and more stressful. Let's go to the next drive. Well, keep in mind, this is the next Jared Goff pass. It's now 21-31 because obviously the big JMO play that he scored on. So this is the Lions coming back to the game, or Jared coming back to the game, down 10 because since this has happened, right? Since Jared came out and threw that pick, we have also scored a touchdown and then given up another touchdown. I believe that was the deep pass to De'Ami Brown. Yep, right side. So you can't win. You can't get any single stops, right? Again, the fumble blows. Would have been a 14-3 game. The pick, I would say this is the first play in the entire game that Jared Goff was wrong. And now we're down 10. Here's a good find late. This is 14 across the field. Just sitting good in the pocket. Plenty of protection. Does a good job maneuvering. He's got two guys open. He finds his man 14. JMO will start to get these footballs going in next year. I'm pretty sure. But, it's never a bad time to throw 214. Nice little verticals concept with Laporta sitting down. We're going to hit him as we're moving on our 2-minute drill here. All right, Jared Goff may or may not be playing with a concussion here. That one was a little short. They get to the line of scrimmage. I didn't mean to click through. I want to make sure it wasn't a spike that I missed. On our 2-minute drill, ball snap. I mean, they're coming. Makes a play, resets. Look at this. Nice little flick of the wrist here. Gets this football in. It's a catchable ball here. He doesn't catch it. This one ends up getting reversed. We're across the 40 here now. This one I think he did shortchange. Might have gotten tipped at the line of scrimmage. Let's check. Again, saying this because I saw a comment. Jared's concussed, should have been played. Shortchange throw. I think this ball just gets tipped. It does. Look at that. Didn't shortchange it. Looks like he just got tipped. Good play by the DB. And let's go check out this interception while we're here. Okay, so we've got quarters. So what does quarters mean? Okay, so we've got a dig and a post behind it. Okay, so what does that mean? In quarters, he's going to follow the dig, and you've got to make a play on this post. So they get the coverage. They get what they want. Okay. The only thing really tough about this route immediately, again, credit to Theo. It's his point. I'm not going to steal points here, right? But you don't really get a chance to use what makes JMO really, really good on these posts, right? What is Jameson Williams' skill set? Burning. A 10-yard cushion is a negative 5-yard cushion against him. You might as well start behind him. He's going to burn you. But if this was a 50, a 60, 70-yard route like we did against the Bears, then this is gone. This is a touchdown. But the problem here is there's limited space, and what JMO's skill set is not doing is not high-pointing the football, coming to attacking it, right? He's a bit of a drifter. So at the snap here, Penny, I would say Penny loses the rep, but it gets Jared off of the spot. Again, because we're in limited time here, right? Because we're in limited time here, it's time to throw this football, okay? It's time to throw this football. And he's kind of one inside at this point, at least from what I'm seeing at the time of the throw, right? He's not stacked on him, heading past him. He's very much inside. And Jared might be thinking, all right, let me put this on a rope here and get it to my guy, because he's driving. This quarter safety is driving down on Amon-Ra St. Brown. And at the time of the throw, he, it might be thinking, hey, I need to get a little bit flatter. And it is a little bit flatter. And I think, again, it's one of those, just a little bit of a miscommunication, right? You got Jared, who's limited, working with some office spot, working with limited space. So he can't wait to throw the ball, because then it's not going to be open at all. And then second, I think at the time of the cut, I think he might have thought that JMO was going to be a little bit sharper. That being said, if you do think it's going to be a little bit sharper, maybe you put it over here, but you run into the risk of the other quarter safety making a play. I'm going to go ahead and give Jared fault for this, even though initially live, I wasn't feeling it. I felt like, I'm a big JMO guy, but I feel like I really miss like the DJ Chark sometimes, like go get it with your hands, go fight for it. At the time of the throw, steps up, this ball's thrown, and, he's just kind of waiting on it. Now, I get you can't stop. You can't just, it was at full speed, but could have been a lot better. So, all right, let's talk about second half and go from there, right? Because now we've got a 21-31 game. We come out, we get a stop. Play action, another pulling guard, a man in his face. Not much we could do on that one. When you design these play action passes, right? Especially when they're moving, getting them out of the perimeter, you're looking here to here. And with him sitting, that's a tough throw. So that's all right. Man in the face. Let's get it out of your hands. Move on to the next down. All right, here's 3rd and 10. So come out of half, right? We got our stop. We've had an abysmal day on defense, and the turnovers, right? 3 first half turnovers. Again, I'm going to give Jared fault for the 2 picks, but that's it. That's it. And it's tough to say, well, just 2 picks, but quit box score watching. All right, let's take a look at this. So we go empty. We motion 87 out. Again, vertically stretching. This is a great throw. And why this is a great throw is he leads him away from Bobby. You throw this on the chest or inside, Bobby Wagner tackles this, and we're sitting here at 3rd and 3. But Jared does a good job here at just that synergy with 14. You'll see this on the other view. Terrified of empty. We've gone 0 for 2 on our empty formation so far. Boom. Leads him away from it. Good rep there. That's a good rep. Here we're under center. We're going to play action. Step up, climb the pocket. Let's take a look at these routes here. So big shot attempt here. You've got 9 and 14 crossing, a clear off by Leaf, not really going to do anything, not moving the needle for anybody. Jared's out of the back of the drop. He's looking to see if maybe we get some crossers, but they do a good job here at kind of having this. Let's go look at that shell coverage, actually, because I watched some Commanders tape last week where they show 3 or show 1 high, and then they bail into 2, and that's what it looks like here. So that's exactly what we have here. So what happens, this is perfect. I almost want to pull up. So he's going to actually step up and be that true kind of Tampa 2 middle zone. And then you got 2 deep halves, your flats, and then these guys just have to drop this way, and voila, you've got your cover 2. So tough to dissect also when you're doing, play action where your head is turned to the line of scrimmage. So out of the drop here, this linebacker or this safety has now become your Tampa 2 guy. Jared's going to step up and make a throw. It is what it is. Again, getting us out of bad plays here is the most important thing. Let's see at the protection here. Mahogany gets beat a little bit. Hit him in the hands, but I get it low. It is what it is. All right, 2nd and 10 after that rep. Little swing screen to Gibbs. Oh, patience. Patience from the kid. Patience from him. Absolute work of art. Let's just watch this, man. Oh, he's so good. That's a top 5 player with the ball in his hands. Top 5, and he ain't 4, and he ain't 5. So we score on that drive, and they score. So this is where we're at, okay? We are at the start of the 4th quarter. Jared Goff has made 2 bad throws today. The downside is both of these throws have led to interceptions, okay? Now, one was before half, so it wasn't a direct turn into points, okay? But the first one, it sucks, and it hurt him and kind of put a damper, right? But a lot of mistakes have been made on this point on the defense side of the ball. This is where I'm adamant, like, hey, man, Jared's had a good game. This has been a good football game, all right? And now, to start the 4th quarter, you're down 10, and you've got to go get yourself some points, okay? So coming out of this, we're going to go motion across. Hits Tim Patrick on a sitter. Let's take a look at that little play action. Kind of a lot of sit routes here out of St. Or not really a sit, but just kind of seam clear out, if you will. There really isn't anything open. Tim sits down, catches the football, moves left. Boom. I mean, this is a big old chunk of yards here on this down. Jared's done a good job at maneuvering the play action, getting the football to that check down. A lot of pressure. He's dissected it well. We're not seeing throws where guys are jumping the ball, almost picks, right? How many, again, outside of that kind of ill-timed post and then the overthrow, has there been anybody even remotely close to our receivers at the catch? Jared gonna shortchange this one here. Let's look at the route concept out. I think we got 14 on a crosser. Goes to pump. Bobby's gonna clear into that zone. And 87, there's not really anything behind him, so he's just gonna check out of it. That's fine. Get to second down. I tend to, again, we don't know exactly what the read and all those things are. We, 5 down the line of scrimmage, 1 drops. 14 doesn't really turn his head. He's wanting to go to 26. And, Bobby Wagner doing Bobby Wagner things, man. Making plays on the football. This is, now, the next time Jared Goff gets a chance, we're down 45-28. And, of course, you know what happens after that last rep. On a second down. We're going to go Jamison Williams reverse pass. And that is the worst play call in the NFL this year. It is. It's the worst play call in the NFL this year. And it's just not acceptable. It's just not acceptable, right? We have run the football like crazy. I want to go pull up that last drive real quick. Okay. And we go. Actually, that had already happened. That was after the. I'm tripping then. We're still on the same drive here. This is a drive where we kicked a field goal. So we'll finish this drive. It was after the Tim Patrick catch. That's why I was like, I kind of remember it being the Tim Patrick catch and then one more pick. So you cannot. I mean, we've got the football. First down on the 46. Okay. Run the football, anything. Normal pad. The offensive point has been fantastic. And then you call something and you put Jamison Williams of all people. I love JMO. But if you guys have watched anything about JMO, he is not the kind of guy who is going to be able to make high-level decisions as a thrower in a playoff game. Let him run the jet sweeps. Tell him, hey, I'm going to give you the football. Go. But trying to make him process things and throw the football is not good. Not a good time to call this. This was a play that you call week 16, 17. This is not a play that you call in the divisional round of playoffs. And they call this play, and the next time we see the football, it's 45-31. We're down 14 with 7 minutes left. Okay? And we've got 2 drives after that. Well, 45-28, sorry. And then we have 2 drives after that where we kick a field goal. And we literally have to play a game of, we've got to score fast. We can't even go for the touchdown because we know that we need 17 points. We're down 17 points after we give up a touchdown on that play. We go from an opportunity to make it a 1-score game to making it a 3-score game. And that is the single worst play. And that, again, the defense sucked. Okay? Let's go to the 4th and 2, 12 men on the field, not getting a timeout called. Okay, let's go to the next 4th and 2, where we're refusing to call timeouts when our defense is completely confused. How many times? Go watch TA and all these people tapping the helmets, trying to figure out, who am I guarding? Who are you guarding? I need a guy over here. Okay? So much going on in this game, and there's a lot of failures there. Okay? But Jared Goff having 2 bad throws. 2 bad throws. Were they picks? Yes. I am adamant that fumble is not Jared Goff's fault. That is a play calling fault and then a left guard execution fault. Everything that could have gone wrong on a play went wrong. Think back to Vildor, ball hitting his mask, and Ayuk catching the football, right? And then coming out that next drive and like turning the football over, like the fumble by Gibbs, right? Everything that could go wrong in a play went wrong. And that fucking sucks because that ends our season. But that's what it takes to take down the Detroit Lions. Everything has to go fucking wrong. Okay? And you come out and you call this play, and you get a dumb fucking pick, and now we're down 17. So I don't even want to look at the rest of the game. You can be like, oh, but he threw another pick. Jared Goff threw an interception in this game with 30 seconds left, and it was a 2-score game. Who gives a shit? So you box score watching, going, oh, Jared turned the football, 3 interceptions. Relax. It was 3. Shut up. It was 2, and the fumble wasn't his fault. If I told you that Jared Goff would miss 2 throws and then everything else would be above average play or just normal quarterback play, you'd say, damn. It sucks that those led to, horrible situations, and you can't change that. But Jared Goff played I would say, a good football game. I would say Jared Goff played a good football game. Okay? This number blows. It does. But he slanted the football. He kept drives going. Made good reads. Anticipated pressure well. Didn't get confused by Washington doing a lot of coverage shifting. That, in my mind, it wasn't his best day. And it sucks because in order to win with this defense, we need his best day every day. And that sucks. But, yeah, I know this is long, and if you watched at this point, thanks. But also, there is not... Stop looking at TikToks for your takes. Stop looking at, oh, I need all my little shit. Football is a complicated sport. You cannot do a film review in 20 minutes. So if you stayed with me for all 40 is great. But you can't do a film review in 15 seconds and go, oh, man, he had a good game, bad game. I just showed you every passing rep up until the point that we were down 17 points in the fourth quarter. Jared Goff missed 2 passes. Had 2 bad passes. And again, one was an overthrow to an open man, relatively open man. And the other was a post route that, off his spot, just turn, sling it, and it is what it is. It sucked, but wasn't the end of the world. Didn't lead to points immediately. We had the football back in, and it was a 10-point game. It was a 3-point game after we scored in that third quarter. So, plenty of things to bounce back from. Jared Goff, he's absolutely our guy. Quit being a nerd. If you watch this, as always, thanks. Later, fellas.